Hi there, Loy from LoyMachedo.com and who's LoyMachedo.com. The date is June 16, 2015. Time right now is 7:04 in the morning. Got up at around 5 and then just started off my day. First, let me get this stuff sorted out. Otherwise, my iMac would go into a screensaver mode. Anyway, today I'm trying this new drink, overpriced. What it says, pomegranate and green tea. So let's try it out. Oh. Nice, however overpriced. Okay, today's question is from a reader who asks me, Loy, how do you get into your zone? Now, for those of you who want to understand what is getting into the zone, it is whereby you get into your peak state or the state that you want to be with a click of your finger. So different people have different ways of getting into the zone. How do I do it? Now, I will give you the answer in the format of starting from the head, going all the way down. Because to get into the zone, you need to stimulate your senses. So the first one is, let's look the head. In terms of the head, I think the first aspect of getting into the zone is whereby you have to think those thoughts that you want to think. In my case, it is, being a Middle East champion speaker. I have competed for nearly 18 years of my life, 19 years, and then I retired. I had enough of it. I used to always get myself into the zone. By that, how I used to do is I used to think aggressive thoughts. I used to think powerful thoughts. I used to visualize myself. I used to keep repeating affirmations. So everything that used to take place in the head, I used to keep saying to myself. I used to keep looking at those images or the movies of myself winning it. I used to practice mentally the game. So the first one is the mental game, which is the head. So if you have to get into the zone, it's all up here first. Without that, you can't survive or succeed. The second one is below the head comes, like some people say, it's a third eye, that is the forehead. This is the visual aspect of it, where you need to visualize. Obviously, you have your eyes that can see, but in terms of the third eye or the self-visualization, it is pretty important. I'm not saying that if you visualize, you'll succeed, but I've not met anyone who, if he didn't see himself winning, he would win, unless he was really lucky. So I would keep looking at those images, just viewing it from my eye or from a third person's point of view. So the second one is the visual game. The third one is the external visual, that is the eyes. Obviously, in my case, I would like to see positive or powerful moments on TV, and today, if you actually look at it as YouTube. So, stuff like Arnold Schwarzenegger's movie, that is Terminator 2, or I would say, the scene of Patriot where Mel Gibson kills all these guys, or even the moment where his small little daughter towards the end comes and tells him, Papa, don't go, I'll say whatever you want me to say. Or even a triathlete video, if you Google triathlon Kona, the final finishing moments, very powerful when you see an 80-year-old lady crossing the finishing line, doing the hardest race in the world. So these kind of videos give me the power that I need visually, okay? The next one is auditory. So obviously, if you have something that stimulates your senses, the ears, for me it's music. I'll just show you my earphone. This one is from Sony, which was charging. So I put positive, for me it's more like listening to people saying powerful stuff. It can be a speech by Al Pacino from Any Given Sunday. It could be, let's say, stuff like house techno. For me, that kind of music really helps. It can even be like a Hans Zimmer, Superman, or Last of the Mohicans, such kind of music that gets me into a peak state. So next is the ears. Following that is smell. Now, people actually might find this a little strange, but for me, perfume kind of really gets me into the game. Someone who has body odor really puts me off, whether it is you're talking of romantic sexual moment, or whether you're talking of just getting into the groove of things. So if I smell nice, I feel good. Sometimes even coffee, the smell of coffee gets me alert. Three of my current favorite perfumes, they need not be very expensive. These are the three that I just purchased because, you know, I have to put a lot of creative videos lately. So I just purchased the Davidoff, then CKB and CK1. I found the smell pretty good enough, enticing. The rest of them were either too strong or they got me into a sleepy mode. So the next one is smell. Following that, let's say, I would say the mouth. The mouth, what you put into your mouth actually affects you or your body. There are foods that can help you. Like I would say, coffee or caffeine is one of the all-time favorite, or green tea. But I prefer tea if I have to stay awake. Coffee if I need to be aggressive, especially black coffee. I drink tea sometimes before a workout. And also over there, I would bring in supplements. Now, supplements like these, like, for example, Lipo6 Black, this one gets me, if my stomach is empty and I need to really suppress my appetite and focus on doing an intense workout. So, Lipo6 Black, this one really helps me out. I'm trying an experiment with these two, that is Focus and Limitless. These are overpriced around 245 dirhams and 295. That is roughly $80 to $90. Trying it out to see if it works. As of now, I don't see any much difference other than the caffeine content. And if you're talking of hardcore intense workouts or something that have to be hyper, Jack 3D is by far the best. I would say the best pre-workout, or in my case, so getting into the zone kind of thing. It doesn't make me feel that tired. And even if I get tired, I get back into my peak state. So the next one is mouth. Then you have the tongue. By the tongue, it's not like French kissing. By the tongue, what I mean is sometimes even having a sweet in the mouth can help you out. Something lemony or something sour. So you need to figure out what really works or gets into your groove. Then the next one following that is the neck or the shoulders. So here I kind of associate it with the feeling, especially skin to skin. Like a massage really helps me relax myself or get into the zone. You know, for some people a massage makes them sleepy. For some people massage makes them aggressive. So figure out whether massage works for you. A massage kind of helps me relax and also, you know, prepares me for getting into the zone. What else? Then yes, the clothes. Sometimes I like loose fitting clothes. Even this is slightly tight. That's why I always wear oversized clothes, because it kind of makes me feel, you know, comfortable. I don't like very tight fitting clothes, especially in Dubai. The environment is pretty hot and sticky and humid sometimes, especially during summer months. So I like something that's loose and that gets me into the groove. Then what else? I think I've covered most of the things that help me get into the zone. And yes, sometimes even reading a book can help me, that if in case I missed it out. So these are the factors that help me get into the zone. Yes, if last if not the least, the people that surround you, especially in my case, I don't keep friends. I don't like friends. I don't keep many friends. I keep mentors. I keep mentors or people who I look up to who can guide me and give me that push. In my case, I have a couple of coaches. One is Mohammed Murad, who is my life coach, who kind of guides my career, gives me a focus. Then I have Jacques Gilbert, the Ironman Sophie, who helps me in my workouts, who kind of tells me no drama, no bullshit, no story, just do it. So when you surround yourself with greatness, you actually feel great. So this is me talking about what gets me into the zone, and this is what helps me get into the peak state. Oh yes, last but not the least, I just want to share with you, in terms of NLP, that is Neuro-Linguistic Programming, or the language of the mind, you have a technique called anchoring. By anchoring, you, let's say, just to make the long story short, it's better you Google what is anchoring. It is how you can get yourself in the peak state with just a click of a finger. So in my case, anchoring is having a particular touch repeatedly, applied to myself when I'm thinking of an emotion at its peak. All right, so you have the emotion. Let's say I'm trying to get angry before I do a workout. So I start visualizing things that have made me angry in my life. It could be by abuse, the sexual molestation, or being bullied in school. So as I think, it comes to a certain part, a peak where the emotion's going to explode. So when it comes to the peak, from the curve, when it comes to the peak, that time I give myself a special touch. I don't do like a shake hand, or I don't do just something that I normally do, like scratch my head. No, I do something that's totally unique and different, like slapping my face, because not everyone would slap my face. So when I slap my face, I remember that peak moment. It should be done with practice at the right time, so it's better you get yourself in touch with a NLP coach. So when it goes to the peak, I slap myself, remembering that emotion, breathing, feeling the way, getting all my senses involved. And at that peak, I do that action, and then I let the feeling, the intensity go down. Then I bring it back up again. When I'm at the peak, I again repeat the same touch or the same action. And then what happens after doing it repeatedly, if you do it, let's say at any given time, it'll automatically give you the same reaction or the same feeling, even without you knowing it. So let's say, for example, if I were to slap myself, even without thinking about this, it would put me at that peak state. So you try NLP anchoring, that also helps. So overall, these are the techniques I use to get myself into the zone. You can try whatever you want. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, because getting into the zone really makes a difference. And for me, given the fact that I'm in the creative industry, I guess I have to get myself in the zone. So Loy from loymachedo.com, and who's loymachedo.com, sharing with you the secret of how I get myself into the zone.